Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Inscryption Kaycee's mod. This will be part 24 of our Let's Play. In the last episode, we started a new run. We're still using the insect deck. We beat the first boss. We're on the way to the fisherman. We just picked up the corpse maggots, which is a kind of fun... Well, we picked up this corpse maggots and we painted a new one, which has given us 2 damage instead of 1 damage. And it's immortal, so it always comes back to your hand. It gets played when something dies. So these two together, bit of a scary combo, because they will just keep coming back. If I can get both of them in my hand, and in fact I can use one of them to draw the other one, we are pretty set. But we'll see how that actually turns out. This is a terrible opening hand. We are going to get hit for 2 damage, and I don't think there's really anything we can do about it, so we're just going to have to let it happen. But then we are going to bring the cat out right in front of this ringworm, because that ringworm ain't going nowhere. Then we are going to bring out the ant queen, and we'll use that ant queen to bring out a worker ant. We're not going to lose the ant queen, which is good. We're not going to lose this worker ant, which is also good. We are going to lose the ant queen immediately afterwards, though. So now it's going to die, and we're back to 1 damage. So we are in a bit of a pickle now. And I don't know what we're going to do about this. Do 1 damage? No, we don't want that. We need to just, like, coyote something. Yeah. We need to wear down these worker ants a bit. Okay, we have the corpse maggots, which actually are not at all helpful. Because we need to kill something. We're going to die before that happens. So, we're going to have to fishhook. Unless we want to just lose the life, which I don't think we do. And we'll just go 1 for 1. He does 1, we do 1. Everybody's happy. Nothing changes. And I can stop that ant from now doing anything. And we've kind of won at this point. It's going to be a slow death for him. There we go. Not as slow anymore. Nice. We'll just call that a win. We did have to use a fishhook, which kind of sucks, but I think we handled that pretty well. Just the constant ant rush is a rough one. It's kind of our play, and we already know how much that hurts. I think we might take the beehive. Oh, no, wait, we can't put it on anything. I was going to say we can put it on one of our corpse piles, but no. I'll probably take the bones, and the scissors, and the time skip. They're always such a good combo. Like, scissors and turn skip, or time skip, or whatever. That is a rough one. The corpse maggots, not the... whatever I said, corpse pile. Okay, so this beehive doesn't do much here. And actually, it kind of stops us playing out the cat, although we could just do this. Don't have any damage on the field. Yeah, we're gonna have to do some sacrificing. See, this is why I wanted that. Okay, we're going to do 1 damage. They're going to do 1 damage. The corpse maggots will, boom, get thrown out there. We'll take 2 damage, actually. So we'll deal 1 and take 2, which is not great, but better than the alternative. Yep, another bee. We are going to take probably a worker ant. Okay, we can just keep pulling live cards here. Now, if we just leave this... So what's going to happen here? 1 damage. Ah, he will die though. Okay, so we are going to sacrifice these two. So what we're going to do, we're going to place the Ant Queen out. We're going to place out a worker ant, just a normal one. And we now kill you, do 2 damage. They both take 1. We take 1 damage. That's about it. So we deal 2 and we take 1. Yeah. This is fine. The cat really hurts us, actually. To be honest. Boom. Corpse maggots comes out. We bring out the other corpse maggots. And now we've kind of won. I think we need to get rid of this cat. Or at least we need to sacrifice it onto... well, like anything, really. We can sacrifice it onto ants, I suppose. Okay, so we got 1 ant, so I'm not really worried about that. But we can just bring out a worker ant. Probably this guy. Because he comes back to our hand anyway. We can sort of constantly swap him out. In fact, we can do that for the other one too. Like, who cares? Damage is damage. It's going to wipe that lane. Won't wipe this one, but it's going to bring out a worker ant, which is fine. And if push comes to shove, we can just throw a bee at it. We can really just throw a bee at the problem. Although they're going to start throwing bees at us, so... okay, we're going to do 1 damage. Yeah, but we're going to take 1, 2... 2 damage. Which is going to put us 1 off. But I think he's running out of speed. No, he's got bees. Okay, I think we need to get rid of... we need to somehow... we don't have a double sacrifice. That is not great. I think we need... no, I think we're done, actually. Because we don't really have a way... unless I sacrifice this corpse mags to block that bee. Then it'll be 1 for 2, which isn't good. Okay, so if I do this, bring out a skunk, that blocks the bee. Then we can do what exactly? We can sacrifice the flying ant. So these two just trade off. 1 for 1, 1 for 1, 1 for 1. But that doesn't help us. I'm trying to think of what we need to do to win here. This cat's killing us. This Grand Fur is actually killing us as well. Like, I'm tempted to... if we could cut the Grand Fur, I definitely would. We need something to die. And we need something to die and not get replaced with a Corpse Magus. I think this is a fine strategy, but we need... we have to... upgrade the damage on the other one. Because this is just killing us. I guess this kind of fucked us. Because it attacks both of these squares, but leaves the Grand Fur, which is the thing blocking our lane. And then the cat blocks a lane as well. So we have 2 lanes to sort of manage here, but we don't have any damage. Yeah, so we're going to take 2 damage. But we're going to deal 1. And even cutting this bee doesn't do anything, because then the next bee just comes down and does the same shit. So what we would need to do is cut this bee, I suppose. Can we do that? I don't think we can. I think we have to cut a front card? Yeah, okay. In that case, I think we're just boned. I think we're just boned, because we have nothing to sacrifice. Oh, we have a flying ant. Which doesn't actually do anything, because it flies, and only does 1 damage. We need a double sacrifice, actually. This deck would be amazing for double sacrifices, now that I see it. Because we can just sacrifice corpse maggots, obviously. Yeah, I think we're fucked. We need a double sacrifice so we could get rid of both of these squares and replace with one. Then we could bring out a coyote to do 2 damage, and we'd be good. So instead of agonizing over what we can and can't do, I think we just let him win. Because skipping turns doesn't do anything either. It just gives us a head start. Okay. Just let him kill us. Yeah. There was no way out of that one. They definitely had it on lock. I definitely think it shows that this deck is not perfect yet. We could fuse those corpse maggots, which is not a terrible plan. It will make that corpse maggot very survivable. Although having 2 of them does mean super powerful thing. I think we're going to go this way and try and get whatever this is. So what do we got? Sigils, health, or bones? Probably sigils, yeah, because everything's got at least 1. Except the coyote. But we should be able to make it. If we get the coyote, we should get more than 1 sigil on everything else. Yeah, there we go. That's what I figured. Okay. I think... Oh, it's a single... This is a very good card as well. But I think if we have too many cards like this in our deck, we're going to struggle. Actually, no, we're not, because it dies. No, the Raven. Sorry, I just realized that Raven, combined with the other ones... So actually, I think that's a far better combo. Like, we can now fuse these pretty comfortably, I think. Because all we have to do is get this one out. Suddenly we can pull out the Raven, and then we have an infinite damage machine. Because, like, Raven dies, it swaps to the Corpse Pile. Corpse Pile gets killed, swaps to the Raven. The only thing that really beats it is flying, I would say. Flying will cause an issue. Okay, we know we don't want the cat. That cat's a bit of a trap. At least the squirrel we can... Oh, sorry, the skunk we can use to block. Okay, I've kind of counteracted the rattler there a bit. Beehive. Can't actually play that. Well, we can. We could bring out that. So maybe... We need 4 bones for that, which we're not going to get. I think this is where we're going to have to skip turn. Because we can probably trade the skunk out for the cat, use the cat to bring out a beehive here. But we're going to have to skip turn, just to get, like, something on the field. Wolverine. Fuck. This messes up my plan a bit, because we're now going to take 3 damage and die. No, we're going to take 2 damage, sorry. These 2 are killing us. Okay, corpse maggots. Also not helpful. Literally, we have drawn the worst hand. We've lost. Oh, we just drew all the bones. I hate when that happens. We only have these 3 cards in our deck that require bones, out of like 12. And that's what we draw. Because we just can't play anything. We can't sacrifice anything. I can't cut my own cards, which I think I should be able to. I can deal 1 damage, but that ain't enough. Because we're going to take 2. Like, the only thing I can think to do... Yeah, we can't even do 1 damage, because they all have Stinky. So... What I was going to say is, if we can do 1 damage over here, we could cut this guy, we take 1 damage, he dies, gives us another B, but this doesn't work. The only way to get rid of that Rattler would be to cut him. but we need that cut for an adder. That's so annoying. One more bone. One more bone and we could kill either one of these. Can't sacrifice anything. If we cut something, it doesn't matter. We don't get a bone for that. Wow. Okay. Well, game over. Oh, but we bring out a corpse maggot. It doesn't matter. Still doesn't save us. Because we're going to take the damage there instead. We couldn't have put anything out, see. Damn. God, those corpse maggots were so scary too. 2 misplays. I think we just go again. That wasn't hard. We just got literally the worst draw in our hand. In our deck. And that is the #1 reason I hate bone decks. Because bones are so hard to come by as like a constant thing. Once you get the bone engine going, yeah, it's great. But until then, it just doesn't work. Like, you can't do an early bone play. It just doesn't. Like, it doesn't go. Alright, we're going skunk. Honestly, fuck it, go again. Okay, he got eaten. I think Stinky will kill them. I think Stinky kills them. It's like anything sort of poisonous, which I think is what Stinky is supposed to represent. Don't quote me on that. Yeah, no, we're definitely going to throw out the old beehive in front of the frog, and then I think we bring out a flying ant just so we get an item used. We are going to sacrifice both of these for him. And then sacrifice this bee for him. Because I don't want the Wolverine to get damage. We don't need him doing 2 damage for no reason other than just to get damage. Boom. Get out of here. I do love the cave creatures though. I think a lot of people, so I've been reading up on this a little bit. A lot of people don't like the cave. They love the cave because you have the option of not taking a creature, right? And making your deck leaner. But I don't agree. I think those cave creatures are well worth putting 1 extra card in your deck. Oh man, they're still here. Wow, do we have a beehive that does damage? I think a beehive that does 1 damage is actually not bad. I mean, the point of it is kind of to get beaten up, admittedly, but I think it's not too bad. It means I can throw it down against something shit, like, for example, a worker ant, and it will take damage and deal damage. Or I can put it down turn 1 and even back up that thing. Oh, he's got flying. Well, that changes things, doesn't it? Okay. So I'm going to take, what, 2 damage here. I'd say just leave it, right? Kind of doesn't matter. And then I can just bring out a worker ant to kill both of these critters. Ooh, I will take 2 damage though, so I need to rip out a tooth. And this should keep us safe. Yeah, which it did. Oh, why did I do that? It doesn't matter, because we're going to do 2 damage. And he can only going to do 1. But yeah, that was dumb. We are going to bring out a flying ant. I suppose you two will just trade off against each other, but it's fine. Yeah. Or we just win because we've done 9 damage, which is a hell of a lot. Okay, we're going to go for the campfire again. But we need more creatures. Another flying ant. We gotta buff stuff. Health. Health is fine. I think we'd put it... We could put it on a beehive, which would mean we get more bees out of it. I think I'm okay with a 4-1 beehive. I don't like our deck. Too many flying ants. Especially if they don't have like the unkillable tag. Because it just means that they're going to not hit the thing opposite them, which is not really what you want. Like, flying is good, don't get me wrong. But it's in moderation. You can't just have flying in your deck. It don't work. We are going to win here. But this could have been a bad play if we started losing creatures to the Wolverine. Oh, we can keep taking random creatures. Nope. Work around. Probably could have taken the cockroach for the sacrifice play. But just give all of our bugs flying, which you already have, like, all flying bugs. Do we just commit to this? Or, okay, no, we make the beehive flying. Now, don't get me wrong, that sounds dumb. But again, the beehive's job is kind of to get beaten up. So I'm okay with it if it has flying, because that means it does damage, and then gets hit. And then we get a bee, and then it gets a hit again. And then it gets a bee, and then we get hit again. You know, it continues generating bees for us, which is just free sacrifice for ants. So I'm not against that as a play. Yeah, we just rush ants here, I think. Like 4 damage. And then we don't really need to do anything here. We just take out a squirrel. Let him have it. He's not even going to take it anyway. And then we are going to take this because, yeah, I was going to say, I can almost guarantee we're going to get a flying ant. So we can just exchange this. 5 damage. Avoid his chum buckets. Piece of cake. Over in 2 turns. That's what we want. To think, we're pretty much where we were at the start of this episode. We've played for like a ton of time, and all we've done is arrive back at the beginning. Probably the Rat King. I think we'll sacrifice onto the bones. Makes possible bone cards a bit more viable. Yeah. We don't have any items, but campfires at this point are pretty good. I think we go this way and go for the items. No, I don't want a random card. It's too unpredictable. Okay, we'll take the alpha. It won't actually be that useful for us, but an alpha on a... Ooh, an alpha on an ant would actually be strong. Now that I think about it. Ooh, it's kind of scary, actually, because not only do they buff all ants, they also buff the ones next to them. Which wouldn't be terribly fun either. Right, okay, we're going to take the squirrel. Because I think we're bringing out the beehive here. And we're bringing out just any old worker ant. We'll probably put him here. Do 2 damage. They're going to come in. Porcupine generates me a bee. Take 1 damage, but if I can pull... Yep, a flying ant. Perfecto. Can kill an elk fawn and do 2 damage. Sure, the elk fawn transforms, which is not very cool. Not very fun. But this is very, very playable. So we're going to chuck him here. We'll bring out the alpha. We do a ton of damage. And it's enough to win. See, that's the situation we want. We want to put the beehive down in front of a 1 damage, non-flying, or flying blocker. that just pings away at us. Actually, we don't even want to put it down against a flying blocker. We'd prefer to put it down against a non-flyer. What happens with the alpha? Is he just worth 1 damage, or does he buff the other 2 as well? I think we do damage. It's pretty comfortable. If we get 2 ants, we've got it. So it's 2 damage, 1 damage, 1 damage. Done. Right. I don't like any of these, to be honest. Maybe the elk fawn, because it's worth a triple sacrifice. This is a bit of a waste. It requires 2 sacrifices, but it's worth 3. Yeah, it gets 1 extra damage every time it kills something, but it's only got 2 health, so probably get killed after, like, the first kill. But it is quite strong, meaning that this probably means that it basically counts for 4 damage, because the first time it hits the enemy, it's going to do 4, because it's probably going to kill whatever it just attacked. But that is 2 turns away. So I'd say maybe this elk fawn is value. Tough call. That's probably my least favorite one we've pulled. And I just will not use the bull on principle. I'm fine with this. I'd kind of rather have a 2 health flying ant than 51 health flying ants. I think that's better in a way. At least it means it's going to survive. Like, he's going to throw elk fawns at me again. Ooh, he didn't. He's throwing a moose buck at me. That is kind of fine, though. Because, again, he's going to beat me up. He's not going to kill me. I'm going to get a B out of him. Yeah, actually. Because I'm going to throw out this elk fawn, who's going to insta-kill him because of the poison. And then we just bring out a workaround over here. So, yeah, moose buck dies to poison. Like, the only useful poison I think we've ever done. Okay, so both worth 2. Mole's going to get +1 damage, which is not bad, because he's only matched off against a worker ant, who is going to beat him. I can just block this guy with a squirrel, but I'm not going to need to anyway. Okay. Okay. We're making our way up the board. No. Probably a field mice. Again, we can use that. If we get a sacrifice that we can actually do, which I think will go left here. Unless there is a particular reason. We probably just copy a flying ant, right? We can just copy this one. It makes a duplicate. It can't possibly lose health. I also don't think it can gain damage, so I'll just get a copy of the flying ant. Yeah, it's just another one. We know that's good. We know more flying ants is more good. More flying ants, more damage. Ooh, that's a nasty one. Okay, that moose bark is gonna be a problem. Not a huge problem. Actually, if I put the elk fawn here, he's going to attack and then move. Moose buck comes down, does 3 damage, that sucks, but he's also going to swap. Yeah, like, that's fine. Do that. Moose buck dies. We're back to where we are. Okay, we're going to take this. So we can turn that 2 damage into 4 damage, which is what we're going to do. Elk fawn, he does 1 damage. Does become a 2 damage boy now. Which is actually not bad. Because I can play out the alpha to kill him. We're back to 2 damage on that guy. Actually, I just do that. Oh no, it doesn't work. Shit, because the mole will block it. Okay, it still doesn't really matter. I take 4 damage. Okay, it's starting to matter a little bit. It might have been a massive misplay. I think it was, and I think it's going to require me to cut him up. Because I can't get him... I can't let him become stronger. That would be very, very bad. Alright, big 4 damage. To win. Okay. So that misplay cost us an item. In a lot of ways, I feel like that's what the items are for. They're kind of for recovery from a misplay. So I'm not as cut up about that. 2 of kin, probably the easiest. It's about 50-50. It's over 50-50. 6 of health is not going to happen. 4 sacrifice. Probably not, so I think 2 of kin is going to be the way to go. And there we go, done. Okay. That cat, fucking useless. Well, look. It is and it isn't, right? If we could take this to a campfire, buff it by like 1 or 2, suddenly this is pretty good. It does take up a slot, but at least it can punch out and do some damage. The pronghorn, I don't love this either. Yeah, I don't love that either. Because, yes, I can draw the card that I want. Yes, it has the cuckoo power, but what does it do, right? You play it out, it cuckoos the opposite square, which means that nothing can oppose it. Very good. It does damage to either side, meaning it does 2 damage. Very good. Bad move, it then immediately moves to the right, and now it's targeting that egg. So I would have to put it on the second square from the left to get maximum effectiveness, but then it's just countered its own strength, which is garbage. So I think we'll have to take the River Otter. And honestly, so far, I'm pretty disappointed in the picks that we've gotten here, considering all of the other ones I've ever grabbed. Right. Do we rate bones or the copying thing? I think we rate the copying thing. We chuck it on probably this flying ant. So at least we have a slightly stronger flying ant. But yeah, it ain't great. This is a bit redundant, isn't it? take flying. I think this is a bit redundant as well, to be honest. But maybe the frozen opossum, actually. We don't usually use it, but we don't have any good defense because we have so much flying. And that kind of means we're going to need it. Oh, we're on the trapper. Can we win this? I don't know if we can. This is not a great build. Well, we can use the River Otter to sacrifice onto that, and then maybe just bring out an elk fawn. Well, if we put the elk fawn here, we can put the frozen opossum over here. Because he dies, he moves to the left and blocks the next hit. No, he moves across. Oh, that's shit. Okay, well, he is going to do a bit of damage. So, I can't complain about that. Okay, if I don't use this leaping trap, if I don't hit the leaping trap with a flying ant, my elk's gonna die, and he is my highest damage dealer. I can do 2 damage for every one of theirs. Go figure, not too bad. The Rat King, not helpful. Two damage on the Raven. We're pretty far ahead, because the elk's going to kill the strange frog. He's move across. Raven comes and attacks and immediately gets killed. The Alpha. Now, the Alpha works, because it will clear that leaping trap. Do we bring out the Rat King? No, because this opossum's going to kill the strange frog. I'm actually okay with this board position. The elk's been doing real work to just block everything that happens. I mean, yeah. He dies, get another pelt, bullfrog dies. Now basically all we have to do is bring out ants and we win. Which we can do because we've been saving up on our squirrels. Boom. Because we have so many pelts, we can do whatever the fuck we want. Pretty much. We only need 3 pelts to win from this situation. And we have 5. We will have 5. We have 4. So, boom. 5 pelts. Oh no, which ones will I pick? Sure, I like wolves. They're fun. Can we play any of them just to flex? We can play out a sparrow that drops its tail. Drops its feathers, I suppose. Boom, 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 boom. Mucho grande damage. Mucho grande. That doesn't work. It's like much large. Much large damage. It's horrible Spanish. Honestly, I don't know. Here, the adder maybe. It is a double sacrifice. We'll probably just convert it to something else. Alright, but we are going to leave this episode here, guys. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more content from me, the Aussie Nerd, feel free to subscribe to my channel. Check out the other videos on there. If you think you know any friends of mine enjoy my content, make sure you share a video too with them. Really appreciate it. And finally, if you want to leave any hints, tips, tricks, feedback of videos, or you just want to say hi, make sure you do so in the comments section down below so I can see it. I'll see all of you guys in the next episode. Goodbye.